Week 4, Enumeration and Cryptography. Introduction to Enumeration. Previous chapters highlighted how an attacker gathered necessary information about a target without breaking the law. If these attempts fail to generate relevant or useful information, an attacker can actively probe the target to learn more. This is a significant step because the attacker must cross into target territory to unearth information about the network, shares, users, groups, applications, and banners. Introduction to Enumeration continued. Enumeration extracts information about resources or shares on the network, usernames or groups assigned on the network, and a user's password and recent logon times. Port scanning and footprinting both determine the OS being used, but enumeration is more intrusive by attempting to access resources instead of just identifying them. NBT scan, NetBIOS over TCP/IP, is a tool used for enumerating Windows OSs. Enumeration defined. Enumeration is obtaining information about a system by actively connecting to it. It involves making active connections to the target system or subjecting it to direct queries to learn even more. Categories of enumerated information include network resources and shares, users and groups, applications and banners, and auditing settings. In enumeration, an attacker collects data such as network user and group names, routing tables, and SNMP information. Null session enumeration. A Windows operating system relies on user accounts for authentication. A null user is basically a pseudo account that has no username or password that can be used to access certain information on the network that is capable of enumerating or breaking into account names and shares on domain controllers, member servers, and workstations. Null session enumeration continued. A null session is an unauthenticated and insecure connection where there is no proof of identity. However, the system cannot send encrypted data for the user under a null session. Direct enumeration of systems is permitted from an unauthenticated system with less prior knowledge. Null session exploits a vulnerability that allows attackers to call APIs, or application information, and use remote procedure calls, or RPCs, to enumerate information, thereby providing information on passwords, groups, services, users, and even active processes. Null session enumeration continued. Null session enumeration techniques include IPC $share exploitation, hard drive exploitation, and user account enumeration. Null session countermeasures include port filtering, SMB service disabling, HKLM inspections, security policy configuring, and remote access restriction. SNMP enumeration. SNMP, or Simple Network Management Protocol, is an application layer protocol that runs on UDP, which is a connection list oriented at the transport layer, and it is used to maintain and manage routers, hubs, and switches on an IP network. Management information bases, or MIBs, are databases that can be queried or set in the SNMP agent of a network device in an SNMP management station that provides a standard representation of the SNMP's agent's information and storage. SNMP enumeration continued. SNMP service enumeration uses the SNMP util SNMP browser, which is an SNMP service enumeration tool in the Windows Toolkit that helps retrieve information about a target network. SNMP enumeration countermeasures include the following: remove the SNMP agent or turn off the SNMP service, implement the group policy security option, restrict access to null session pipes, null session shares, and IPsec filtering, and do not install the management and monitoring Windows component. Or you can simply change the default community string to something that is unique. SNMP enumeration continued. For SNMP Unix enumeration, the SNMP agent in a Unix platform can be enumerated using the SNMP walk tool. The SNMP walk tool fetches all the SNMP objects from an agent as specified by the hostname. Best SNMP Unix enumeration countermeasures include ensuring proper configuration with required names public and private, as well as implementing SNMP version 3, which is a more secure version of SNMP. Unix enumeration. Commands to enumerate Unix network resources include showmount, finger, and rpcinfo. Showmount finds and lists the shared directories available on a system. Finger lists basic user information. rpcinfo calls an RPC server and provides details on the information obtained. LDAP enumeration. The Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, LDAP, is used to access directory listings within Active Directory or other directory services. It is suitable to attach with the Domain Name System or DNS protocol to allow quick lookups and fast service resolutions of queries, and is generally runs on port 389. It is sometimes possible to anonymously query the LDAP service to determine information that includes valid usernames, addresses, and departmental details. NTP enumeration. The Network Time Protocol, or NTP, is designed to synchronize clocks of networked computers. Using NTP is important when using directory services because Active Directory services synchronizes on specific times between physical servers. NTP uses UDP port 123 for communication. NTP Suite is a tool used for NTP enumeration that includes NTP Date, NTP Trace, NTP DC, and NTPQ. SMTP enumeration. The Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, or SMTP, is used to send email messages across the internet. It is possible to directly interact with SNMP via the use of a simple telnet prompt. Web enumeration. The Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or HTTP, is used by the internet to display and distribute information by means of client-side web browsers, as well as access information from remote web servers. HTTP is the request-response protocol between a client and a server. The client always sends a request by creating a TCP connection to a specific host or a port on that host, and the server duly responds. Web Application Directory Enumeration. Accomplished by using the directory entry class, Web Application Directory Enumeration can be used by attackers to specify the ADS path for the web server and the object they are looking for, and then call the children property to get the list of children items. The general ADS path can be specified as IIS:// the machine name /W3SVC/N/root. Enumeration procedure. To enumerate a system, an attacker would first extract usernames by using a Windows 2000 enumeration and then gather information from the host by using null sessions. Windows enumeration is performed by the tool SuperScan. An attacker can also get users' accounts by using the tool getAccount, as well as perform an SNMP port scan by using the tool SNScan.